Peer-to-peer betting exchange apps like ProfitX and Novig are the home to sharp sports bettors. Why, you might ask? Well, it's because they don't limit winning bettors on their platforms. Unlike traditional books, FanDuel, DraftKings, etc., that limit winning sports bettors and raise betting limits for losing sports bettors to try and get more money out of them, these books don't care if you win or lose on their platform. They make a small commission just for you winning a bet. So when these sharps believe they have an edge and are very confident in their edge, they place huge wagers on these sportsbook exchange apps. And if you want to be profitable over the long term in sports betting, it's important that you follow sharp money and be on the right side of it. And thanks to this new era in sports betting and these peer-to-peer betting exchange apps allowing liquidity to be public, we're able to track which side of these bets these sharps are putting their money on. This tool does exactly that, and then it goes a step further, showing you where you can bet this at the best possible odds. This is the brand new sharp money tool that OddsJam just came out with, and it's going to be a game changer for profitable sports betting. We've never truly been able to see where these sharp bettors are putting their money until now. First off, this is one of the cleanest looking tools I've ever seen in the betting space, but let me walk you through how it works. And of course, if you guys do want to check it out, I'll leave a link down in the description below, but if you use code Dustin35, you'll get 35% off your very first month. Now, this is pretty simple to read because they laid it out for you nice and clean. But here, you can see this is the top play where there is a ton of liquidity on the Dallas Cowboys at -1.5 on Novig. There's almost $10,000 in liquidity at -104 odds. That means that sharp sports bettors are putting a ton of money down on the Jets to cover +1.5 at +104 odds on Novig. And for those of you that don't know how these peer-to-peer betting exchanges work, well, it's pretty easy. You place money on one side of a wager, but in order for that wager to be accepted or technically placed, somebody has to accept the opposite side of that wager. So when you see $10,000 in available liquidity on one side of a bet, that means the sharps are all over the other side. And this liquidity tree here shows that there's even more money placed across these sportsbook exchange apps on the Jets to cover. So the tool makes it really easy to see where all this liquidity is at, and then of course it's going to show you where you should be betting this at the best possible odds. So I'm able to bet this on Hard Rock Sportsbook and tail the sharps at +105 odds. With one click of a button off this sharp money tool, it's going to load this bet up in my Hard Rock account where I'm able to just simply tail ASAP. So if this catches, shout out to the sharps and shout out to the sharp money tool at OddsJam. Now, it is important to know what is a lot of liquidity in certain markets. For instance, if you see $500 or $1,000+ in liquidity available on these exchange apps, it's most likely that sharps are on the other side. Or for a more niche market like WNBA, probably $200+ in liquidity means a sharp's on the other side. Now, for main lines like money lines, spreads, and totals, I would look for a minimum of $2,000 in liquidity available to be sure and confident that it's most likely sharps on the other side. And of course, the more liquidity you see available on these bets, probably the more confident these sharp sports bettors are. Remember, traditional EV tools are comparing sharp book lines. Here, we are following sharp sports bettors with private models that are giving us almost entirely different bets. Here's another one. If you are on FanDuel, you should be betting the Patriots +7.5 at -102 odds. Look at all of this available liquidity on Bills -7.5 available on these exchanges. This means that sharps are hammering Patriots +7.5. There's almost $10,000 of liquidity available on Novig and $10,000 available on ProfitX. Now listen, don't get me wrong. You can still lose bets by following sharp sports bettors. It's not going to hit at a 100% rate, but by following sharp money, you are setting yourself up for the best success over the long term. Also wanted to mention that underneath my camera, there is a filters button where you can go ahead and filter in and out whatever you would like to see pop up on this tool. For instance, whatever books you have access to, you can go ahead and click them off, and then it's going to compare the sharp money to those books and show you where you're able to find bets on the books you have available. You can also use this tool to track the sharp money and compare it back to these different DFS apps like Prize Picks, Underdog, Better Picks, Dabble, and such. Here's another bet that I place off the sharp money tool. The under in the Dolphins-Panthers game of 43.5 at +110 odds on Hard Rock was a great bet when you're comparing to the liquidity available on those exchange apps, so I went ahead and locked it in here. As well as the Las Vegas Aces last night I found at -3.5 was also good value compared to the sharp money. Guys, this tool literally dropped yesterday, and there was barely any sports on yesterday, and people are already crushing with it. This guy went 5 for 5 on his plays that he got from the sharp money tool just last night. As you guys can see here, he had Aaron Judge under hits at plus 200 odds, Stafford under rushing yards. Parlay Lab has this one here, Christian McCaffrey to score a touchdown off the sharp money tool as well. This is going to be an absolute game changer, and if you guys don't have it, once again, go down into the link in the description, use code Dustin35 and get 35% off your very first month. Personally, I know I'm going to be using this tool a ton. Let me know in the comments if you guys think this tool is going to be great for profitable sports betting, but that's going to be the end of this video. Make sure you guys smash the like button and don't forget to subscribe if you're not subscribed already, because we post sports betting content like this every single week.